All right, it's time to close the show. Coming to us all the way from Canada, Toronto, I believe.
Yeah.
Dr. Jeff Schwartzentruber from eSentire.
Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. Keith, such a great day. So many amazing talks. A lot of themes coming out. And as I thought and I listened today, I was like, wow, a lot of us are thinking in the very same way. Like Priya, Alicia, Michael. I'm glad we're all pushing the same themes, thinking the same way. But we've talked a lot about ROI today. We've seen kind of like use cases. I want to dive a little bit deeper into the hardcore security behind it. I want to take us into a more tactical level. And today I'm going to talk about AI and cyber now and where I think it's going next. So just to give a little bit of background on who I am, I'm a staff machine learning scientist at eSentire, and that's like just half my job. My other part is I'm an adjunct faculty member at Dalhousie University in the Faculty of Computer Science, and a special graduate faculty at Guelph University in the School of Computer Science. So obviously I come with a technical background, and this presentation will also be 30 minutes of hardcore math that you'll have to write down. It's going to be a little bit more technical, but I want to dive into that because implementing these systems isn't straightforward, and they have their vulnerabilities, and I want to share that with you guys. Just to talk a little bit about eSentire, quick plug. Founded in 2001, 2,000 customers, 80 countries. I don't want to spend too much time on the slide. I just want to emphasize that we have a lot of data. We have a lot of time in this. And this has really been very fortunate for me in my research and insights that I discussed today, because it would only be possible without all this data to support where we're going and the different metrics I'm going to show. And so if I've learned anything from my children's substitute teachers is that good education starts with videos. So I'm going to play this one here to set the tone.
In a stunning development, Canada has declared war on the United States. Let's go to Joe Braxton, who is live at the border.
I'm currently at the border, but there is no war. Mom, Dad, I know this looks kind of real, but it's all AI.
Grandpa, I'm fine. This is just AI. You don't need to wire money to anyone. I am not in love with you. And I do not need your money for a plane ticket. I am AI.
This fake moon landing footage isn't classified. It's AI.
You're probably wondering how I got rich with crypto. The truth is, I didn't get rich off crypto. I don't even exist.
You might be able to tell this is fake now, but it's gonna keep getting better.
We're all AI.
There could be aliens, but I'm not one of them. I'm AI.
An herbal supplement did not cure my cancer. I'm not even real.
Fred, the government has not been taken over by lizard people.
You don't need to send us $5,000 in gift cards because you missed jury duty.
Grandma, it's not real. It's AI.
It's AI.
It's AI.
Bro, it's AI.
Fake faces.
Real consequences.
Think before you trust.
So good. So yeah, VO3 just came out by Google probably 2 weeks ago. It's able to do video with the voice and the motion now. Unbelievable. And I love how it ends. Trust. Think before you trust. And with all the data that's going out there, it's very easy for this type of vulnerabilities and exploits and phishing and social engineering to take place.
In a stunning development.
Sorry about that. So with that being said, Gen AI is actually inherently deceptive. Its objective function in training is to be indistinguishable between human-generated content. And unfortunately, because of that property, it lends itself to more deceptive practices. Now, as I go through this presentation, I want to focus on three things at kind of a macroeconomic level that are really big themes that are going to have massive implications as Gen AI continues, is that Gen AI has reduced the value of expertise. Instead of going to consultancy firms or reaching out, you can go to ChatGPT. You can have this expert and maybe get you 50%, maybe solves the problem before you have to go there. So it's reduced that value. And what are the implications of that economically? It's increased accessibility and reduced the barriers of entry. So before, where you needed to have a graphic design degree to make a doctored photo or videography, you can all do that now. It's reduced the barrier of entry and accessibility. Again, what are the implications of that? Well, attackers now have those tools at their fingertips more readily and can scale them. And lastly, based off those top two, what it really has done is it's increased the value of trust, truth, and connection. With so much synthetic information going out there now, real human-generated content connection is really going to gain a lot more value going forward. So let's talk about some of this deceptive research and behavior. And there's a growing body of literature that is focusing on tracking this, and I've been tracking as well. And again, yeah, it leads itself to deceptive behavior. Keep coming in, phishing attacks. There's a whole marketplace of GPTs that help with malware development, help with phishing, all tailored towards that direction. Polymorphic malware. So for those that are uninitiated in the security way, polymorphic malware is essentially like the highest quality malware that you could have right now. It changes its code to avoid detection dynamically. It's a very hard malware to actually generate. But with ChatGPTs and their dynamic capabilities, they're really generating this malware. And one example I want to pull out here is this one. I recommend everyone that is a security practitioner to go to as high as research security, look at their iSpy software. So this is a polymorphic malware that is essentially an LLM that gets put in memory on the device. And if you know anything about antivirus and malware, is that file get downloaded, it'll have some malicious code on it, it'll look for the exploit that it was written for, exploit that, and essentially your system is hacked. This doesn't bring any code with it. It brings an LLM and it brings an objective in memory. And what it does is it looks for the vulnerabilities in the system of the running processes, finds one, and writes the code in real time dynamically against that. It's the first time this code's ever been generated. It's in memory, and it's probably the last time it'll be seen. But in their example, they saw that a Zoom call was being recorded. The LLM wrote code in the memory, exploited it, downloaded the audio of it, sent it to a file, and then emailed it. That code didn't exist, and then the code just vanished. How do you find signatures for code that is so ephemeral? This is where we're going. And this is actually like a year and a half old now. So a lot of security risks are coming out with these LLM and generative AI technologies. In addition, it has error correcting capabilities. So say it failed the first time, it'll just keep hammering at this vulnerability until it succeeds. And I could just keep going on. It's really expanding the threat landscape. And we've heard that theme a lot today. Just a couple statistics I found recently. 42% increase in Gen AI enhanced phishing from 2024 to 2025. 87% of firms hit by an AI enhanced cyber attack in 2024. 91% of security professionals believe there's going to be a surge in AI related attacks, while only 37% of organizations have processes in place to assess AI tooling. Again, going on that theme of AI governance. Continuing on, Gen AI is continuing to disrupt and dominate. It's grown by 76.4% since 2024 and 2035. 52% of organizations don't have Gen AI policies, and 64% of those organizations, of employees of those organizations don't have Gen AI training. We've doubled the amount of usage of generative AI, and the percent increase, 54% increase in cyber incidents from 2024. Really recent statistics coming hot off of RSA. And again, it's penetrating critical infrastructure more and more. We're seeing it in healthcare. We're seeing it in energy utilities, public service, and payments more and more. Really these highly regulated areas with lots of vulnerability. And so the question I'm asking, and this is kind of an open question, is as we are progressively giving more control to AI, giving it a seat in the organization, are we creating a perfect storm of criticality and exploitability? Just leave it there. Mic drop. But so that's my fear mongering. I have to do that. I feel bad because I don't want there to be a lot of, oh no, we gotta shut it all down. I believe generative AI and AI is good. It's gonna be so transformative, it has so many good implications, but I just want everyone to be aware of these vulnerabilities, of the issues with it, and the potential impact it has on society if we don't get it right. And that really falls on us. It's digital, it falls under IT, it's IT security, and as the security practitioners, we own the truth of the organization. We know what assets need to be there, we know how it needs to operate. This falls under our domain, and it really falls on our shoulders. And it's heavy, it's heavy. So, I'll come back and I'll hit the theme of the conference here is, where is the ROI? And it's been here more than it has ever been. So, if we look at this and the advancements of ChatGPT, 3.5 can only do 10-second tasks. It's gotten really good, really fast with O3 being able to do 20-minute tests. So following up on some of the themes you've heard is it's in the people, it's in the processes, and it's in your unstructured data is where you're gonna get those ROIs. But I guess I kind of messed up a slide here, but why now? Like, why are we seeing this ROI come up before when we've already had AI since the 1960s? And I gotta take us on a little history lesson here of what has happened. And so up to these points, we've had these, inflated usages, and then these things called AI winters, and where it dips down. And we haven't seen that yet with this newest wave. And the reason is because with these LLMs and generative AI models, they come in with the data baked into the models already. They're big. They've done a lot of training, and they're bringing you the ability to do complex things with data that is unstructured. I think one of the gentlemen here actually fell into one of these AI winters in like the 80s there. It was funny. So the reason it does that, prior to this, and even prior to 2021, I remember working on projects where I had to do semantic reasoning, parsing, trying to find the meaning of log files for security analytics. It was difficult. It was tedious. You needed to have substantial data engineering, substantial infrastructure, streaming capabilities. There's a good line that machine learning is 80% data engineering, 20% data science. And it took so much time, you needed so many resources to get there, but now you don't need that. The LLMs, the generative AI models, they're bringing all that data and making it more accessible. And that's why we're seeing this new wave of ROI and accessibility. So let's talk about how we're doing this. I want to show some more concrete examples about how we're leveraging and getting ROI from our generative AI systems. So we've been fortunate at eSentire to be very AI heavy for a long time, since 2017. But only recently, you can even see here, we're like really starting to spike our development in our different projects. I'm going to focus on two of them. This one right here, the LLM Gateway, and then I'm going to take us right to our most recent advanced agentic system, which is a SOC Investigator. But I want to focus on the LLM Gateway because, to me, it is like one of the most important parts of our AI governance strategy. An LLM Gateway, and you can find these, we open sourced it back in 2023. Well, Simple does one. You can find commercial ones called Porky, but these are proxies that capture the responses and prompts from your LLM systems. We have a proxy and an internal user interface that we route all our employees through. Sure, Shadow AI still exists, and I agree, but we're tracking all of that communication with LLMs. And in doing so, we're able to make sure that we're not leaking PII. We're able to track all those logs. We're able to see exactly what our employees are doing. Now, that does amazing things from a security use case. You can't protect what you can't see. So if you don't have one of these things, you're not really seeing anything. And so if you need to get audited or you have questions, how are you going to do it? LLM gateways are the first line of defense against a lot of those security vulnerabilities I talked about. But they're not just a cost center. In doing so, we can send this to our Power BIs, our analysts, and they can start debugging, seeing where we're using it, seeing what the employees are doing with it. And one nice thing from it that we did is that we could start seeing the use cases, the processes that our people were doing. And one thing was inside the SOC is that the SOC was really using it for PowerShell command line interpretation. These are these long strings of PowerShell that may have malicious payloads in them. And the SOC analyst needs to understand what this PowerShell command is doing to fully do an investigation of these things. So you know what, we saw that, okay, send it over to engineering. Now with every investigation, that command line interpretation comes with the PowerShell command. So they don't need to end up switching to a different screen. They don't need to go to ChatGPT. It's built in. We're getting the efficiency gains. And I bring it up because we're improving security, but now we're also getting better ROI and bringing back to it. It's an easier sell for security that's traditionally considered a cost center. And then furthermore, we've even turned it into a product where we can ingest our clients' LLM logs and prompts and show them analytics of what's going on at the similar rate. So last point that I'm going to go on here is an agentic SOC. Molly, you did a great job describing how agentic works, and I was like, oh, that's so good. But we follow that exact same premise. And agentic SOC, like security analytics going fully autonomous, that was RSA this year. It got blown out. Everyone's going that direction, and given the capabilities of LLMs, it's not going anywhere. So we ended up doing that. Again, I'm going to talk about SOC Investigator, and I got to emphasize, you can see all the learning that we did to get there. You don't just jump to agentic. It's difficult. It requires a lot of infrastructure. We have it. But we're there now, and I kind of want to talk a little bit, I'm not going to go through this slide. Molly did a great example of it, but we ingest the signals. It goes through that learning pattern. It does tool calls, IP checks, reputation checks, goes, looks in ServiceNow, has another analyst investigated it previously. It does all these, and it does about 23 tool calls per investigation with its rationalization capabilities. And in doing so, we've cut 5 hours of investigations down to 7 minutes. We have 95% of alignment with tier 3 analysts. This is actually so big, because as soon as RSA finished up, I was like, I was starting to look at all the metrics. I'm like, I want to see what everyone else is putting. I want to see how good we are in size up. Go look around at what all these other agentic SOCs are doing. Look for their metrics, because that's how you need to compare. You need to have those measurable improvements. And we're 95% with tier 3 against 1,000 investigations, and we spent a lot of time getting alignments. And then again, 99.3% isolation against first host. So we're going there. But we don't let it resolve by itself. Security cannot be agentic yet. It needs to have human oversight. What we do is we give the investigation output to the analyst. It has final say. We're augmenting the analyst. We're not letting this thing run free. And that's where the nature of work is going to go in security. We're not trying to replace. And the work that they're doing is no longer to really do the investigation, but to verify the results. Almost every junior analyst who used to be doing those simple investigations are now becoming a supervisor of their own over their own agentic cell. So we're not trying to replace. We're trying to make it faster and deliver security outcomes that are quality and time-based improvements. So just in final recap, to get everyone to their beers, I get it, I'm hearing it. Remember the 3 themes. I think they're very important. Gen AI is accelerating. It's not stopping. Let's get operational readiness there. Prioritize visibility, human loop, that LLM gateway, and also make sure you're having that monitoring auditing on top of it. Leverage your people, processes, transparency and oversight. And lastly, trust. That's got to be it. That's the only thing that's going to be having value going forward. Everyone's going to be putting these out, synthetic information, quick responses. But what's going to be more valuable now is building those partnerships, building that connection, building that trust, so that you are the person they can go to. All right. Thank you.